Hello, JF here, and welcome to another unboxing for Warhammer Workshop. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Chaos Knight army set. Now you'll have to forgive me for a bit of the glare there. I hadn't removed the cellophane on top of the box, but even once I remove it, you'll notice the glare is still there. It's still working out the lighting. As you can expect from an army set of that size, this is an army that has a lot of plastic to it, even though it comes with only 3 models. It's your standard army set. If you've gotten the Black Templar one or the Beast Snagga box set, you'll know what to expect from this. It's a nice kit to have because unlike most army sets where you have a good, say, combat patrol plus sized army within, this with 3 knights gets you a really good start. And these are a mix of new and old sprues. You'll see if you've ever collected knights before, there's a lot of pieces and parts that you'll recognize, but a lot of them are also kind of chaosified. Now, the sprues that you see right here, the Wardogs, come with the sprues are capable of building 3 types of Wardogs: the Karnivor, which is an all close combat one, the Brigand, which is an all ranged, and a third option, which is a combination of both, basically a gun and a chainsword, if you will. These are really, I mean, what we've seen Games Workshop do a lot with Chaos stuff recently is adding a lot of the very similar but very detailed corruption. One of the things that's really nice, as you see pointing out right now, is the chains across the cockpit, the doors leading to the interior of the knight, sort of implying that the pilot, the noble who is piloting the knight, is trapped in there. Even the larger knight, this is the sprues for the Abominant, has the same kind of detail. And you'll notice also that there's all these cracks in the armor, little bursts of armor and metal being ripped open from within. So there's this kind of dichotomy where the noble is trapped inside with this 8-pointed star of chaos type chain on the cockpit door, but at the same time there's these infernal forces that seems to be trying to burst out. And depending on how you paint those, you can get results that can be like Postulus for Nurgle, or it can be more like, you'll notice the version that I painted at the end is closer to something more of your traditional brimstone and fire type. The Abominant also comes with a bunch of interesting options. It has a tail. You saw me earlier pointing at these vulture. If you've seen the typical picture for the Abominant, it has all these birds, this carrion on top of its shoulders and on its carapace, which is very interesting. Look at that piece. This is great for anybody that likes to do freehand or apply some decals. It just gives some good decoration. It comes with a formidable amount of different faceplates. We've seen this for a lot of the knights, where a lot of them will have, the kits have something like between 5, maybe 6 different faceplates that go on top of a naked sort of endoskeleton face that you can also keep bare. It's very detailed, it's very nice. That's what I did for my Adeptus Mechanicus Titan. So what that allows you to do, of course, I mean, the whole point is if you're going to have 4 or 5 knights, you want them to look different. Having these different faces works super well. I absolutely adore that they have this artwork that protects the books from having the sprues destroy and scratch their surfaces. And obviously, as always, it's great artwork. Now, this comes with the codex and a set of data cards. The data cards were a little bit of a disappointment. I played a game with my knights before recording this, and while it does have psychic powers and it does have all your stratagems, it doesn't have the relics and the warlord traits that the Tyranid data cards had. Now, something that's interesting, you'll see under the decals, is that they have these little holes to basically fit in your the bases for some reason. I've never seen that done anywhere else before. I want to bring in my one and only complaint as we're looking at the decals right now. They're really nice decals. I love waterslide decals when I'm doing vehicles because it's a very quick and easy way to get some clean iconography. But one thing I discovered is that you'll see on top there's all these icons and images for different knightly houses, but they're not all there. The codex has your 6 standard sub-factions, one of them being House Korvax, which is what I decided to use. But there's no water slide decals for this house and several others that are now included into the codex. Now, I realize that they're kind of just recycling the same water slide decal sheet that they've had for Chaos Knights before these houses were added, but it feels like a little bit of an overlook, something that should have been easy to solve and accommodate, especially for vehicles. Like for infantry, I can understand that it might not be that important, but for large vehicles, especially the size of knights, I feel that it's something that they overlooked that they maybe shouldn't have. I usually tend to be very generous to Games Workshop, but this one I feel like they maybe dropped the ball a little bit. So if you might be faced with that disappointment if you have a specific house in mind. Now, I did go through the to the pleasure actually, because they're fun kits to build. I always find the legs a little annoying to build on these things, but as you say, I tried to fast forward through the process just so I could get you guys a painted knight to look at with this video. So there's my Knight Karnivor right there. So one of the things is I said I was going to paint a Knight Karnivor. That is what I had in mind. But then I started playing with them and I planned the game with one of my friends and I just got absolutely carried away and started painting the entire box set. I decided to try a bunch of new techniques. I went, as I said, with House Korvax so I could put all the vultures. I decided to make them into lava vultures to represent that they're bursting out. Went with a very Iron Warrior look with all the hazard stripes because I love painting those. They're super easy to do on the airbrush. These are amazing kits to put together. I highly recommend it. If you're a Knight player, you get one of these boxes and maybe a couple of more Knights. You'll easily get 1,000 points, which is very good, very quick to make some fun, easy games. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, a pleasure.
Materials shown in this video are provided fully or in part by Games Workshop for promotional purposes. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping us a like and subscribing. Thanks for watching.